The film is set in 1899 and follows Drive Alexander Hartigan, an associate professor specializing in applied mechanics and engineering at Columbia University. It opens with Alexander engrossed in his work on a formula, so absorbed that his friend and colleague, David Philby, reminds him of his date with girlfriend Emma at 5 o'clock. Startled, Alexander gathers his notes and hurries home to prepare. On the way, David and Alexander discuss the rejection of Alex's radical proposals by the university. David suggests toning down the radical nature of his ideas to make them more practical for humanity. At Alexander's home, they're greeted by Mrs. Watchett, his housekeeper, who helps Alexander dress in new, sophisticated attire before he heads out to meet Emma. Finally meeting Emma, they stroll through Central Park, engaging in conversation. Alexander raises concerns about his declining health and expresses that he'll only recover if she agrees to marry him. Moved, Emma tearfully accepts his proposal. Following a brief search through his pockets, he presents her with a ring containing her birthstone, leaving Emma ecstatic. Suddenly, a man approaches, circling them. He demands their money. When Alex tries to resist, the mugger brandishes a gun. Reluctantly, Alex hands over his wallet and watch, but when the mugger demands Emma's ring, they refuse. In the ensuing struggle, the man tries to forcibly take it, accidentally shooting and fatally wounding Emma. Cradling her in his arms, calling her name, Alex witnesses her final breath, utterly devastated as he clings to her lifeless body, crying in despair. The scene shifts to 4 years later. Alex is at a board, engrossed in a formula, consumed by his research as always. He remains unable to move past Emma's death, immersing himself in work since then. Concerned, David and Mrs. Watchett worry for him. One day, when David visits, he notices something beyond the curtains and presses David to reveal what he's been working on. Inviting him for dinner in a week, David promises to unveil his invention then. As the awaited day arrives, Alex dresses up for the first time since Emma's passing. Pulling back the curtains reveals a colossal piece of machinery adorned with wheels and gears, featuring a chair at its center. Sitting in it, Alex gazes at a locket holding Emma's picture. Alex slowly pulls down a lever, enveloping himself in a spherical shield generated by the machine. With a definitive motion, the contraption springs to life. His final pull of a lever causes the camera to focus on a pocket watch, its hands moving counterclockwise. This machine, fueled by Alex's dedication and hard work, reveals itself as a time travel device. His purpose? To journey back 4 years to the day Emma tragically passed, driven by an unwavering determination to save her. In the subsequent scene, the future Alex materializes in Central Park on that fateful day. Emma spots him and rushes toward her long-lost love. Overwhelmed by the return of his cherished one, Alex is stunned. Their reunion is marked by a joyful kiss, followed by his swift action to whisk her away from the park aboard the nearest mode of transport. Arriving in the heart of the city, Alex instructs Emma to head home and stay there for the night, anticipating the arrival of his past self. He urges her not to be bewildered, only to remember his love. As promised, he leaves her momentarily to fetch flowers. Tragically, fate intervenes again as a vehicle fatally strikes Emma. Undeterred by this heartbreaking outcome, Alex refuses to concede defeat. Despite his realization that altering Emma's destiny seems impossible, he remains resolute. He holds on to the belief that future technology might hold the key. Determined, he resolves to venture into the future, aiming to study advanced time travel devices. Setting the machine's temporal dial for 2030, he witnesses the world around him shift as he traverses time. In this future era, an advertisement catches his eye, showcasing a settlement being established on the moon. Seeking answers, he heads to the New York Library, hoping to unearth insights within a tome on time travel. Here, he encounters a holographic librarian named Vox 114, revealing a stunning display of technological advancements. In Vox 114's narrative, time travel remains a distant concept, yet Alex, undeterred, ventures into the machine once more, setting his sights on the year 2037. What he finds there is a world ravaged by destruction. The Lunar Habitation Program, designed with good intentions, paradoxically rendered Earth uninhabitable by pulling the moon closer. This gravitational shift wreaked havoc, causing relentless earthquakes and tsunamis. Not only that, but the moon itself bore a colossal crack due to these alterations. Amid this chaos, Alex encounters 2 policemen evacuating Earth. Their intent is to transport him to a designated evacuation center, yet Alex's resistance coincides with the ground trembling violently, rupturing and spewing molten lava. He hastily retreats into his machine but, amidst the pandemonium, collides with a piece of metal, rendering him unconscious. Unaware, the time machine commences its journey without an active participant. When consciousness returns, Alex finds himself in the year 800-2701. Swiftly halting the machine, he discovers himself in a bed, wounds healed. As he readies himself, a child scampers off. Pursuing the youngster, Alex encounters a society of future humans living a primitive existence atop cliffs. Initially awestruck by Alex's appearance, they lack comprehension of his language, except for Mara, who converses fluently in English. Alex attempts to explain his time-traveling status, but Mara, fearing his demise, labels him a wandering fool to protect him from the Eloise, as they're known. Later that night, honking sounds prompt everyone to retreat into their shelters. Alex stays with Mara and her brother, Kalen, observing the shattered remnants of the moon illuminating the sky. The next day, Mara guides Alex to his time machine, both relieved to find it undamaged. She urgently insists that Kalen accompany Alex into the past. Just as Alex begins to question her, the blare of loud honking interrupts them. Mara panics and rushes to protect Kalen, prompting a bewildered Alex to follow. A sense of alarm spreads, causing everyone to flee toward the cliffs. Suddenly, Alex confronts a formidable creature, known as the Morlocks. More of these beings emerge from the ground, launching an assault on the crowd. They seize and drag people below, vanishing into the earth. Helplessly, Alex witnesses Mara's capture, swallowed by the soil alongside the others. Once the Morlocks disappear with their captives, Alex attempts to inquire about their destination. Kalen, however, cryptically informs him that those taken by the Morlocks, the Eloise, refrain from discussing their fate. Leading Alex to the entrance of the Morlocks' world, Kalen guides him down into a cavern, revealing it to be none other than the New York Library. Unexpectedly, the holographic projection of Vox 144 addresses them from behind. Powered by solar energy, Vox 144 has endured through the ages. Alex, astounded, queries about the current state of the world. Vox 144 solemnly explains that humanity has split into two distinct factions, the Eloise and the Morlocks. This division defines the world now, as the Morlocks venture to the surface, hunting the Eloise for their survival. Vox explains that finding the world of Morlocks involves following a particular rhythm or breathing. Kalen and Alex trace the sound to a colossal statue bearing a demonic face, its mouth serving as the gateway to the Morlocks' realm. Leaving Kalen behind, Alex cautiously descends into the underground. Eventually, he discovers a thriving civilization. Sneaking into a room, he accidentally plunges into a pond filled with human remains. Meanwhile, a Morlock locates Alex and escorts him to their leader's chamber. The leader elucidates that when the moon dissociated, some individuals sank underground, evolving into the flesh-eating Morlocks, while others, the Eloise, survived on the surface. Unable to return due to their lengthy underground adaptation, the Morlocks resorted to hunting surface-dwelling humans for sustenance and reproduction. Revealing his ability to control both Eloise and Morlocks, the leader manipulates the world's balance through them. He delves into Alex's mind, recognizing him as a time traveler longing to bring back Emma. The leader induces hallucinations in Alex, presenting an alternate life where Emma is alive, stirring profound sadness within him as he witnesses their joyful family moments. The leader asserts that humans cannot alter fate, shaped by their own actions. Subsequently, he reveals the time machine Alex brought into the Morlock world. The leader insists that Alex returns to his original time, preserving the societal balance. Reluctantly, Alex complies, initiating the machine, inadvertently pulling the leader along. A struggle ensues. Alex manages to keep the leader outside the machine's sphere, starting it. The leader rapidly ages and succumbs to death. Stopping the machine in the future, Alex witnesses the area overtaken by Morlock caves, signifying their dominance. Returning to rescue Mara, Alex frees her from captivity. Angered Morlocks attack, but Alex disrupts the machine, causing a massive temporal distortion. The time machine detonates, consuming the Morlock world, yet Alex and Mara escape the cave in time. With his time travel device lost, Alex opts to remain among the Eloise, having found contentment there. In a future scene, Vox 144 educates Eloise children about humanity's history. Alex leads Murray and Kalen to where his laboratory once stood. Simultaneously, in another time, David and Mrs. Watchett enter Alex's lab, discussing his disappearance. David assures Mrs. Watchett of Alex's happiness and offers her a position as his housekeeper.